Hey, Captain Logos here, preacher at large, teaching the word and inspiring, 3 minutes at a time. Hey, this morning I want to talk to you about God's compassion. Yeah, I was reading in Daniel this morning, man, the nation of Israel backslid on God. They turned from God. God set them up, gave them their own nation, brought them out of captivity, did all those great miracles in Egypt, and then they turned on them. Man, there was only 5 good kings out of both kingdoms. If you do a study, you see there's very few good kings, man. I think there's only like 5 of them out of all the kings of both the north and the south and as the unified Israel. And so what happened was, because they didn't follow God, well, God's a just God, and part of that is sometimes we got to face the consequences of our actions. And so he brought the neighboring nations and they took them into captivity, right? If you're not going to follow God, he took them into captivity. So there they are in captivity, right? Because of all the evil they've done. And then in Daniel, he's in captivity. He's just talked about a lot of things that have happened. They're going to happen in the end times. And in the middle of that, he looks to God and says, God, please look on your desolation and everything that you've done to this nation of Israel. And then he has the audacity and says, but not on any count of our own, Father, but because of your great compassion. Daniel had the gall and the nerve and the fortitude to then ask God to forgive the nation of Israel and then save his people. Yeah. Remember, right after all the prophecies of the end time, Daniel did this. Right? That gives me hope. Because no matter what you've done or what your past looks like, God will have compassion on you. I hear it all the time. Well, I'm too bad. God can't save me. Well, it doesn't matter what you've done. God can save you if you'd only turn from your sins and look to him. And if you haven't had a good relationship with God in a while and you've turned from him like the nation of Israel did, God will have compassion on you too. You can't turn and run so far that you can run out of God's grace or God's compassion. All you have to do is stop, turn from your ways, and he'll heal you and save you. Now remember, a lot of people want God's blessings and his goodness and all this kind of stuff, but they want to follow him. The key there was you have to stop your evil ways and your sinful ways and turn to God. That's the key, right? And then follow God. You see, you can't run too far. Jonah tried to run to the end of the earth. He went to the end of the known earth at that time to try to get away from God. And the psalmist David even said that even if I make my bed in hell, there you are with me, Lord. You can't run from God. You can't run too far. You can't sin. You can't be too bad. If you just stop and turn to God, he'll have compassion on you. Now, look at your face in the Bible.